Hey everybody, and welcome to Keeping Your Business on Track. We're here to bring you the education and inspiration you need to grow your real estate and mortgage businesses. Alright, so what are we talking about today, Nikki?
Converting leads into closed sales.
Oh, I like that.
It's a big, hot topic. I know we get this a lot just from salespeople in general. And do we have salespeople in the real estate business?
Absolutely. So look, converting leads, you said, to close deals.
Yeah.
I think a lot of sales professionals, they chase after the lead. Like they go out, they market, they get the lead, and they're like, I'm good, I got the lead, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't follow up the lead. It's the number one thing that salespeople just don't do properly. Mm-hmm. But every time you follow up with a lead, you exponentially increase your chance for conversion and closing. But most people give up after the first or second try.
Why do you think that? Why did they give up after the first or second try? What's holding them back?
I think discipline, system, process. They get the lead, they call them once or twice, and then they stop following up. Maybe it's the fear of rejection. Maybe they don't know what to say, how to say it. There's lots of reasons why someone wouldn't follow up with a lead. But the simple fact is that if you don't follow up with a lead, your chances diminish significantly of actually closing that lead.
So what's your biggest advice to get that lead to close?
You can't make a sale without speaking to the lead, having a conversation. So your goal should be to set an appointment to get to the next step. So number one, you have to be quick to get to that lead. Number two, you need a follow-up system that has multi-pronged approach in order to, converse with them in the way that they liked to be conversed with or to spoken with, whether it's email, text, or phone. And then after that, it's routine and systematic, so you get a hold of them.
I know that we've talked about, in our Keeping Your Business on Track classes, speed to lead. And I know that we talk about that internally with our team here. What is speed to lead? Can you walk us through that?
Well, speed to lead is the speed in which you get to the lead. So if you get the lead through the internet, if someone's at home and they type in on your website, they put the information in, their name, their number, their email, because you're going to give them a free booklet or something, and they put that information in, they're almost programmed to hear directly from the person. They know that once they put that info in, they know they're going to get contacted. And if you don't get them right there when they're hot, they're actually working on that. They want to know about those things. And if you don't get them when they're hot, you're probably not going to get them. Your chance for conversion is 400 times more if you get them in the first 2 minutes after they put that lead in.
400 times more.
Yes, I just made up that stat. You can look it up on Google.
That's crazy. So I know it's like that instant gratification I think that everyone wants right now because of the powers of Google and such that, everything's at your fingertips. So to have some of this information, speed to lead, that's the name of the game?
Well, it's one part. It's getting to the lead quickly, right? But once you get to the lead, you can't expect to get someone on the first try always. So you really need a systematic approach. Some people like to be texted, some people like to be emailed, some people like to be called. You don't know which one of those things you're the lead or the prospect, or it's not even a prospect yet, but the lead, you don't know which one of those three ways they want to be contacted. So in a good follow-up system, it's going to incorporate all three of those different means. I mean, obviously there's with the Facebook and Instagram DMs, and there's a million different ways, TikToks.
It's everywhere, yeah.
There's a million different ways to get people these days. They have a cell phone, they have their email, they like text message. Maybe they like Facebook Instant Messenger, or who knows. But the real three main ways to contact someone's, you think about email, text, and phone calls. And so the right combination is going to be using those three in order to get a hold of that lead.
Okay. What do you suggest as far as to follow up with these people? Obviously having that system in place, but then long term, do you always have a set time on your calendar? Do you just call them, throughout your day because you're kind of going through appointments? I just know how this business goes. We've got appointments and we have to be there. And if you're a real estate agent, you have showings and then you have to negotiate contracts. What's the best way to kind of go about that?
So I think you're referring to, consistency, right? What system do I follow? Well, first of all, frequency. If you're contacting these leads that you get, whether it's internet or they called on your sign, sent you an email, whatever, if you're not following up at least 7 times those leads, you're definitely missing the boat. Like if you stop calling it the 6th time, you didn't follow up enough, right? And that's bare minimum, seven times. As far as when you do that, I would be very consistent. Obviously that first one needs to be immediate. So if you had an automated system, whether it be through a CRM or something like that can automate these things, that would be way better. But if you're doing it on your own and you're using Excel or something, that first contact's got to be immediate. And then after that, you should follow a systematic, consistent approach. Like Mondays, I do this. Wednesdays, I call these people. Thursdays, Fridays. I mean, every action you have should come on a very consistent basis.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, that's really good advice to have that targeted action. I think on that daily plan that you know exactly who you're calling, why you're calling. Is that?
Yeah, sure, and what you're going to say.
And what you're going to say, yeah.
You don't have to recreate the wheel. I mean, if on Mondays you call past clients, well, you call past clients every Monday. And that if you're calling all the same, if you're just calling past clients today, well, you don't have to rethink what you're going to say on every phone call. You have an objective on every phone call and say, hey, I'm going to call my past clients, to see how everything's going with their house and how they did with the hurricane, all right? So you don't have to create 30 different scripts. You create one script and call all your past client database.
Yeah.
And then it might be, Tuesday might be, and I'm making this up as I go,
yeah.
but Tuesday might be, leads that went dark, that you haven't heard from in a while. Ghosted, right. You might want to follow up with them, but the frequency in which you're going to follow up on a ghosted lead is not the same as one that's actively searching for a real estate or a mortgage, right? You're gonna follow up with them differently. So the frequency on a ghosted lead, you might pull up that ghosted lead box every once in a while and start calling names in there. But if you have a lot of other things going on, well, you're going to push that aside. So even the most disciplined system has to have a little bit of flexibility in there.
Yeah. And then you mentioned something about a CRM. Should we talk about a CRM?
Sure.
Of how that can play into the business and help salespeople? I know salespeople, I just know for myself, I can call it out for what it is. Organization is not my strongest suit.
Well, we all need to work on organization because organization and discipline and systematic approaches is what makes salespeople money. Mm-hmm. If you're not organized, you need to work. And I know you are. I know you're just saying that. But we all struggle with time management and organization. That's not typically a salesperson's strongest suit. But the most successful salespeople use that CRM, I hate to say religiously, but methodically and systematically. And they incorporate it into their business, and they're disciplined to do the same things over and over and over again. And while those routines might not be fun, they're what make the difference between a good salesperson and a great salesperson. And so if you can be routinely and disciplined to use your CRM, again, that's what's gonna turn a lead into a deal, closed deal.
Which in closed deals means money.
That's how you get paid.
Yeah,
right?
I guess we don't get paid on.
We don't get paid on leads.
Yeah,
no. We don't get paid to get a lot of leads. We get paid to close the leads.
Yeah, and I think naturally, as salespeople, we all like to go out and do the activities of getting that lead. So, with your systemized approach, you don't necessarily need more leads. You just need to convert potentially the leads that you have, depending on.
Right. Everyone wants to work smarter, not harder. Right. That doesn't mean work 2 hours a day. That means when you're working your hours in a day, you're getting the most out of it. It's harder to follow up with 10 leads than it is with one.
Oh, yeah.
And if you could close every lead you get, well, you don't need as many leads. Mm-hmm. And that follow-up is going to make the difference because leads cost money. I mean, however you do that, whether it's time or money, it's costing you to get those leads. So why not go after every lead with incredible focus in order to convert it?
Yeah, I like it. It sounds like biggest takeaway, follow up.
Follow up. Follow up, follow up.
Follow up, follow up, follow up. And having that systemized approach, that 7-step prong approach that you're kind of talking about as well.
Right.
Focus on the follow up.
Focus on the follow up.
Wow.
Follow up, follow up, follow up. So.
Very nice. I think that kind of wraps up the converting leads into closed sales for today. I know that we have, if you click on the show notes, we actually have a 7-step prong approach to following up, a follow-up system. That you can go ahead and click that link. It will take you over to our website. You can also visit our website at www.morganfinancial.net/keepingyourbusiness-on-track for all things related to this education and inspiration that you need to help elevate and grow your real estate business. And I think that concludes for today's show, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Thanks, Joe, for all the
Sure. Well,
insight.
Don't forget to tell them if you got anything of value out of here. Please like and share, and let us know how we're doing. If you say, oh, you guys suck, let us know. We'd love to know that. If you guys are awesome, we'd also like to know that too. But also be constructive. If you could give us some criticism on things you'd like to see or ways we can improve, we'd appreciate that too. And to check out our previous trainings, you can go to our Facebook resource group for agents.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see that also on the website with that link that's provided as well. It'll take you right directly there.
Cool.
So
Awesome. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Again, don't forget to like and share, and we'll see you next time.
sounds good.